In January 1941, the 71-year-old French master Henri Matisse was lying in a hospital room in Nice preparing to die. Doctors had discovered a tumor in his colon. Pushed by his daughter, Matisse agreed to have surgery. "I prefer still being around, even if it does mean suffering," he said. And he did suffer, being confined to a bed or a wheelchair for the next 14 years. But he also did something else. He redirected the history of art. Unable to stand, hold a paintbrush, or even see that well, Matisse used enormous scissors to cut saturated pieces of paper into extraordinary shapes and had an assistant place them on the wall. Limited in his travels, Matisse summoned memories of places he loved. In other words, he used his own life story to write a new story of creativity. A lot of going through a life transition can feel like a slog. But somewhere along the way, the unexpected happens. The process starts to get inventive, imaginative, even buoyant. You experiment with a fresh diversion. Pick up a long-forgotten interest. Start remaking yourself anew. You try something, anything, in a way that didn't seem possible even days earlier. At the bottom of an otherwise dreary time of life, people turn to creativity. They dance, sing, cook, write poems, letters, diary entries, pick up tap shoes, juggling balls, garden shears. The moment of greatest chaos, they respond with creation. A professor who lost her job in a university shakeup started building hand-painted birdhouses that she sold at a local art gallery. A cable news writer went through a depression after leaving her job and changing her political views. She taught herself to play ukulele. "It's a great instrument to get you through a transition," she said, "because even when you mess up, it sounds beautiful." An army sergeant got his face shot off by the Taliban. 31 surgeries between the tip of his nose and his chin. He considered suicide. But then he started to cook, then write poetry, then paint. "I used to get out my hostility by splattering the enemy with bullets," he said. "Now I splatter the canvas with paint." Creativity thrives in life transitions because those facing adversity often suffer from social exclusion, a sense of being out of touch. While painful, these attitudes give us more freedom to take risks. Above all, creativity allows us to imagine a new life. Just as baking a loaf of bread or writing a poem allows us to make the world slightly better, these same activities allow us to imagine making ourselves slightly better. By creating something new and fresh, we give ourselves permission to make ourselves new and fresh.